Hi there. In my last video I talked about flax spinning and the women who did this, and today I want to talk a little bit more about this women topic and spinning, so how those two fit together. And I want to tell you something about my courses, because I'm holding a lot of workshops where I teach spinning with the hand spindle or with the spinning wheel, and I experience in almost all of my workshops I experience the same, or not the same, but it has the same vibes. 99% of all my workshoppers are women. I also invite men all the time, but it seems to be a very female pastime, spinning. And I experience that in a 3-day workshop. On the first day we always sit in a circle, because so everybody can see what I'm doing and what the others are doing. So it's kind of practical, but it has a second, much more important function, I think. It helps us to connect. And on the first day, the spinners are busily trying not to lose the thread and how to draft the fibers, and are very much focused on what they are doing. And on the second day, and especially on the third day, when the hands have learned what the trade is, or what they have to do, the mind can start to wander, and then the women start to connect and they talk to each other, and they explain about their life, and I don't know, they just start talking and start connecting. And I have a big variety of different people in my courses. So I have the young student who studies a technical subject. I have an old farmer's wife who who did it when she was a child and wants to learn it again. I have the university professor. I have the normal shop clerk. I have a veterinary, and sitting next to a woman who is breeding alpacas. So you see, it's a completely different, a completely diverse group, and they're always really diverse. And by the end of the third day, it is a very busy situation when everybody wants to get the number or the email of the other woman, and oh, I have to contact you again because this or that idea is so amazing and I really want to follow on that. And so it's always the same. So they always start to find their connection points. They find it interesting. The old farmer's wife and the young student keep talking for hours about certain subjects. So it's so heartwarming to see, and I think it's something that it is in our genes, really, because in prehistoric times, when we started spinning, we would also sit in a circle around the fire and would talk to each other and would maybe think about stuff and help each other, and would just connect. And when you think of the spinning groups in Austria and in Germany, it's called Spinnstube. So women come together when it's dark outside in winter time and spin together in one room. So to save on light and to save on heating material. But that was the official reason. But the unofficial reason is just to come together, to talk to each other, to help each other, to have fun and connect. And I will not fall for this romanticizing of spinning. I'm pretty sure, and I'm certain that it was not only fun. And for us, it's a pastime. For them, it was something they had to do, because otherwise they wouldn't have any clothes, or they wouldn't have any money, because spinning always was a way to make extra money. So it was a necessity. They could not choose between spinning or not spinning. But knowing that they had to do it, they still tried to make it fun and to make it interesting and to have a certain amount of pleasure out of it. And that's why I also always say to my workshoppers that spinning is a very freeing experience, and women always had kind of for women it was always something that made them independent. So it's a very feminist thing. When you spun yarn, you could either sell fabric, or you could sell yarn, or you could simply dress your family. So fabric was so valuable, and we did this. So we were the ones who spun the threads. I mean, I know that a lot of men spun as well. Fishermen spun their nets, and shepherds spun their wool. So it's nothing that really only women did, but I would say the majority of yarns was spun by women. And so this is kind of gave us a certain kind of power. I always, when I talk about stuff like this, I always talk about European history. I unfortunately have not I have not had time yet to really go into Eastern, like Indian or African traditions. I really would love to, but simply had not time up till now. So whatever I tell you here is European centered, and I know it's not the only place where yarn was made. Nevertheless, I know that in Italy, that in the Middle Ages there was a certain guild of women who formed a guild, an official guild, which was normally not allowed for women to do, and they were spinners. And this is also some kind of a sign that it was something that gave women financial freedom. So that's why I always tell my spinners that what they do now is a very feminist thing to do, and it's freeing, and it's something that makes us whole in a way. So I always feel that my workshoppers go away and feel that they have found something they didn't know they had lost, but now it's there and they cannot imagine to let it go again. So it is in us. So behind every woman are close to 800 to 1,000 generations that did this before us. So it only was in the last 300 years that we not had to spin. Before that, every woman had to spin. I mean, if you're not like a queen or some sorts. But all normal women had to spin to make a living, or to have your family dressed, or to have enough linen to do the farm work with, the rough linen I talked in my last video. So I think it's a very freeing experience, and I think that those circles I was talking about in my workshops, that these circles are something that we definitely need, and we desperately need in times like this, and we don't get enough of. I think that coming together, working together, not just sitting together chatting. I mean, nothing against sitting together and chatting, it's fun, but it has a different quality when everybody is doing something, is working. This might be spinning, this can be knitting, weaving, whatever, but this working together, talking together, knowing that the room you're in is safe, is something really, really special. And I think we miss this a lot, and we don't even know what we are missing. And I experience it after my 3-day courses, when everybody leaves the room. It is a certain kind of energy between these women. They have never met before. They came as strangers, and they leave as a spinning group. Sometimes they leave as friends. Sometimes they just leave, yeah, as workmates, mates. So somebody who work together, and is kind of sad that the time is over. Not because of the spinning lecture, my spinning lecture is over, but because this connection is over again, or is finished. And this is why I think that we should come together and work together much more, that these spinning circles, crafting circles are so important for us, that they make us whole, and they make us remember times we cannot remember really, but they are in us. So the spinning time is in us. And yeah, that's my little thoughts about spinning and women. And I will make maybe another video, or even more, because I love this subject, and it's something that comes to me in all kinds, in all different sizes and forms, and I have new ideas about it, and I talk with my workshoppers about it, and yeah, I find new dimensions of it, and maybe I will talk about it more. But I would really love if you could tell me what you think about women working together, about spinning circles, about what spinning does with us, what kind of deep hidden strings spinning is plucking. So it's kind of what song comes out of it when you start to spin, what forgotten lyrics or whatever. Just tell me, write it to me, make a video yourself, share it with us, with a group, or with your other spinners, or just tell it to your guild members. Yeah, right. I will keep spinning a little more, because I feel it's so amazing at the moment. I have a ton to do, but I will be sitting here for another hour or so. And I hope you enjoy spinning as well. And till next time, I say bye.